Hey everyone, my name is Professor Robert. In today's lesson 15, we'll practice solving algebraic expressions with exponents. So I'm Professor Robert, and today we will be solving algebraic expressions with exponents. Algebraic, algebraic expressions with exponents. Right, now let's dive into it. We'll start with the first one. If you're given, say, a problem like 3x, all this powered to 0, the answer here will always be 1. Any expression to the power 0, the answer is always 1. And in a later lesson, we'll learn why that is the case. Let's look at number 2. We have 3 multiplied by x to the power 0. Again, this becomes 3 multiplied by 1 because x to the power 0 is 1. So this gives us 3 as our final answer. Now, let's look at a third example. If you have x to the power minus 4, and you are asked to express that algebraic expression using positive and not negative exponents. Um, it's always the reciprocal. It's always the reciprocal of this expression with a positive exponential value. So this is the same as 1 over x to the power n. We've seen this in our earlier courses, but in a future lesson, we will again try to prove how this turns into 1 divided by x to the power 4. Sorry, not n, but x to the power 4. Right, now let's look at another example 4. Example 4. Suppose you are given x to the power minus 3 multiplied by x. This is the same as saying x to the power minus 3 plus 1. The fact that this x doesn't have any power written up there, it's assumed to be 1. So that's why we have x to the power minus 3 plus 1. When you multiply bases, you add the exponential values. So this becomes x to the power minus 2. And you can further express this using positive exponential values by saying that's x to the power positive 2. And that will be your final answer. Okay. Now let's try another example, number 5. Let's suppose you have x to the power minus 4, and it's being multiplied by x to the power 8. And all this is being powered to the power 5. Now, this will equal to, you first work out the brackets inside, the parentheses. So x to the power minus 4 times x to the power 8 becomes x to the power minus 4 plus 8, or 8 minus 4. And all this is supposed to be powered to the power 5. Now, this becomes x to the power minus 4, 4, positive 4. 8 minus 4 becomes positive 4. And this is supposed to be powered to the level 5. Now, whenever we power an expression, we always multiply out the values of the exponents. So this becomes x to the power 4 multiplied by 5, which will be x to the power 20. Okay, 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 okay. Um, Sorry, this was supposed to be positive. Yep, this was supposed to be positive. Now, next, let's look at another example, 6, which says x squared, x to the power 4, and all this is divided by x to the power negative 5. Now, this will become x to the power 2 multiplied by x to the power 4 will become x to the power 2 plus 4. And this will be divided by x to the power minus 5. And this will become x to the power 6 divided by 1 over x to the power 5. Just because we have a minus power here for x, it becomes the reciprocal of that value with a positive exponential value. So then this becomes x to the power 6 multiplied by x to the power 5. And this will eventually give us x to the power 11. Okay, now let's try out another interesting example. Let's try out another interesting example, number 7, which says that x to the power 4 multiplied by x to the power negative 3, and this is being divided by x squared. This is the same as saying x to the power 4 minus 3, which is x, and it's being divided by x squared. Now, x squared means x times x. So this x will certainly cancel with one of these x's to leave us with 1 over x. That will be the final answer. And then lastly, but not least, let's have a much more complicated expression. X cubed multiplied by y to the power minus 2. All this is powered to minus 2. And this is being divided by x to the power minus 2 multiplied by y to the power 3. So this will equal to x cubed power to the level of minus 2 becomes x to the power 3 times negative 2, which will give us negative 6, multiplied by y to the power negative 2 times negative 2, which will be y to the power 4. And all this is divided by x to the power negative 2 times y to the power 3. Now, we can make it easy by changing the exponential values to all positive. And so this becomes 1 over x to the power 6 multiplied by y to the power 4. And all this is being divided by 1 over x squared being multiplied by y to the power 3. So now this becomes y to the power 4 being divided by x to the power 6, and all this is being divided by y cubed over x squared. Now, this then becomes y to the power 4 divided by x to the power 6 multiplied by the reciprocal or the inverse of this expression here, which will be x squared divided by y cubed. So this x squared can cancel into this x6 to leave it with x to the power 4. And y cubed will cancel with this expression to leave us with y to the power 1. So finally, your answer here will become y over x to the power 4. And that would be our final answer. All right. And so there we have it. If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. Thank you for learning with me, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.